In the reading, I was required to leave. So I didn't witness the rest of the deliberation. I think that should be noted in the minutes that people were required to leave. And that's not noted here. It's like,
Well, we said that at the beginning of the meeting so everybody would have a chance to talk.
I understand that, but that doesn't comply with the Sunshine Act.
So
So
we could argue Sunshine Act all night tonight, Paul.
I am not either.
Okay,
I'm asking for the minutes to be changed.
so how do you want them corrected?
I want it corrected to say, after I was done addressing the board, I was required to leave.
To open a seat for the next person?
Put that in there if necessary, but put it in. Now, did everybody else on here have to leave?
There was open seats, yes.
Right.
Yep, and Julie left. Nobody else come in after it
Were
was
they
filled.
required to leave?
Well, somebody had to.
If somebody was coming in, if there was.
Okay, but shouldn't that be noted for everybody?
Then nobody did leave.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Carney was here, then Carney left, and
Yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, that should be in there, because it should be an accurate account of the proceedings. Do you disagree?
I think it should be in there.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
So noted.
Because we brought it up right at the beginning, if other people wanted to come in, you give up your seat.
That doesn't make it right, Rick.
Okay, anything else on approval of the minutes? Questions?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with adding the line in there that Bob had to read. You got it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Visitors' comments. Jim?
Nothing as of right now.
Okay. Joe?
Yes, I understand that the House Lahore on Hemlock Street in Forest, the supervisors are trying to take title to that. With the extensions of the cost for
Pull
the
your mask
demo,
up too. Can you pull
oh,
your
it
mask
keeps
up?
falling down. Anyhow, with the extensions on the cost and that, probably can't hear me too good now, it's staying on. What was your plans for that property?
Our plans? Through the repository, we're getting some money from the county for his demolition of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna clean it up. Hopefully, we have a buyer for the property when it's all cleaned up.
Mhm.
That's the one start down in the valley we're starting on.
That's what you're figuring on to
Oh,
begin with right there.
Just like we did on Kennedy Street when the house burned up.
Right, right. Well, I understood there was a bid or two on it, and they were rejected. Is that true or false?
Yeah, we have the right to reject. We did reject the bid.
How many bids were there?
That was
I think there was only one.
Just
one.
Yep.
Okay, it's gonna cost X amount of dollars to clean that up. Wouldn't it be wiser if the township turned it over to somebody else?
To make another junkyard,
Well, they could be,
another
to clean it
crack
up,
house.
to clean it up. Here's my suggestion, if you're gonna spend X amount of thousands and tens of thousands, why don't you use the money to buy another plow or a truck? I would take title and clean that place up so that it looks presentable.
We're taking care of it.
We've already,
It's
it's already in motion now.
Yeah.
They've already accepted it at the county, the school board approved it. The county's pledging money towards it to be tore down, and it needs to go, Joe.
Yeah.
We're not gonna let people keep moving into it,
No.
4-year process of getting them out.
Now, here's my plans that I would do for it, I'd make it into the warehouse, non-habitable for apartments or whatever you wanna call it.
It still has a bad foundation, rubber coating over a really shoddy roof, and the inside is infested with cockroaches. So,
And cats.
I'm sure there's more than just cockroaches in there,
I'm sure
so.
of that.
I'm sure that the rest of the neighborhood's gonna appreciate it disappearing, is, you know.
Well, that was my thoughts on what could happen to it, to keep it on the tax rolls for, future monies down the road.
You could always bid on it when we put it back out, to get it on the tax rolls and put a pole building on it a lot cheaper than you could ever fix that old thing up, I guarantee it.
That's our
It
plans.
could be fixed the way it is.
No way.
Not for less money than a pole building.
Is there any
Guaranteed that.
reports on it saying that it can't? be
Oh, there's all
fixed?
kinds of
Yeah,
reports.
yeah, I met with Zach Logan
Yeah.
2 years ago on it.
Yeah, do you have the reports?
Zach hasn't
Zach
given us.
has them, you have to,
They're not
Zach
for
all had to do,
Did
boy.
he go through the place?
county
Did he
is-
ask
We walked around the place, we didn't have a
We have
authorization to
the
go in.
pictures and the recommendations from the county though as well, from their inspector.
Well, the county goes by what the supervisors say.
No, Russ Braun, I think, inspected it for
Oh,
granted. Yeah.
Is he the inspector for the county?
I don't know if he just does
Whatever
tax
his
office
title
stuff
is.
or what, but.
Who's that?
No, this is
Russ.
Russ Braun.
Russ Braun.
I think Russ is. Yeah, I don't know if they have contracts with them or what they do, but we do have that, it came with the repository.
Yeah, the place is an eyesore and it needs cleanup and needs somebody that can clean it up, that has to know how to do it.
We're gonna take care of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna take care of
It will be a nice one.
It's a start.
Well,
Okay, anything else? I'm gonna
That was
move
my
on.
suggestion on saving the township a lot of money.
We don't
Because
know.
you're gonna have X tens
We
of
don't know,
thousands.
we got so much coming from the county, they appropriated all yet, right?
How much did they appropriate?
Oh, what was it?
$12,500.
Is that all?
Oh,
That's not gonna cover
You
all
might
No, it's not gonna
that.
cover.
don't worry, we're gonna take care of it. It
The
might,
land-
might not cost, maybe we might get somebody to help donate equipment too.
Well, the
You don't know.
landfill fees. Simmer down a little bit, now think.
Well, I'm not gonna talk to this subject all night.
But think,
We
how many
did
tons,
think.
how many tons are there?
Okay,
how many
you're
times?
done, Joe, next. I'm not gonna talk all night on,
Well, why not?
It's already
because
done.
I said
This
so.
is a meeting.
Hey, I can do a 3-minute thing too.
now.
Oh,
Speak with me.
okay, next, I'm done.
It's already a done deal.
It's done.
You're a month or two too
Yeah, you
late.
should have been here before.
I think you were here when we discussed it.
Yeah,
So,
I was here, I
Okay.
was here.
well, it's
What
done.
did I tell you back then? Stop talking out.
nothing.
Okay.
You
Sir,
can't remember that.
oh, next, your turn is done.
Yeah, well, I'm just here to represent the new Venice Valley Sportsman's Club we're looking at starting. And I'll let Keith talk more about that whenever you want him to go now or wait for his turn.
Oh, go ahead, Keith, because you're both together, both of
My name's Keith Porco, and I'm sitting on the board as an officer in a committee, Building and Grounds Committee for the newly formed Venice Valley Sportsman's Club. And we're here, we just had our first meeting last night, elected officers and board members. And one of the first things we wanted to ask Jay Township about is the Burndale Sportsman's Club, that building on the grounds there, if we would be able to, through the township, if you guys would lease it, rent it, whatever, if we could look at using that place and whatever responsibilities would come with it. I would imagine utilities, a lease, something like that. So we would ask the supervisors to consider us being able to use that place and what it would involve.
I think we can look into it and.
Yeah, I mean, we've had to rent it out before,
Who was in there last time,
the
Jeremy?
motorcycle club.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of like your intended uses for it would be,
Intended uses would be to hold meetings, first and foremost,
Right.
and then might use it for a base to stock fish, and depending on what the township allows us to do, possibly a shooting range, a classroom. There was a shooting range there at one time. We'd have to research that, which I'll probably also be in charge of that. Possibly hold an annual picnic, things of that nature, sportsman's club activities.
Would you plan on wanting to rent it like all year long? You know, even in the winter months when you have to pay the gas bill and everything, or just when you would have, say, a meeting, or, I mean, I don't know if we can do something like that.
I'll have to bring it up.
I mean,
with
it's
our-
something, it's new, so.
Yeah, like I said, first meeting last night, so I can bring that up with our board and our officers and see what they wanna do there, but in my opinion, I would say we want it all year round.
Because roughly, what do you think, the utilities was?
Let me do some.
Let Jamie will look up in
she
the
can probably
past.
give you some general numbers. It's
Yeah.
hard to heat in the winter time.
Yeah,
There's no insulation in that place.
Right. I mean, we rented it by the month before, we probably write some kind of agreement to rent it, if you're gonna have events and meetings there is something on the books here of how you would rent that building out.
Okay.
On a daily basis or a weekend, et cetera. As far as the shooting range
Copy of
goes,
that for our next meeting?
yeah, we can
Okay,
get a copy.
thanks.
As far as the shooting range goes, I know you do this all the time, so I mean, maybe if you could explain how it would be set up, the safety factor of it, and then we have.
Yeah, I'll draw up actually an outline of the proposal for that.
Right. Because that, I think has been an issue in the past there, just because of the noise, the houses, whatever. it is,
Right,
So,
right.
alright.
There used to be a muzzleloading club there also, the sportsman had that different branch off of it, with the musket, yeah, do you remember that, don't you?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, the Tropicana.
Tropicana.
Yeah. My uncle started that place, they bought that off of Asia, that Colplex, put that in.
So,
and Jim had-
on the shooting range, you know, some safety stuff, some hours, general, like in your mind of how you would run that, is somebody gonna be there on the range when people are shooting, is it just gonna be open? You
I'll
follow
have
what
an
I'm saying?
outline,
Yeah,
yeah, we'll
okay.
submit an outline
Alright,
to, well, the township and also the county. I don't think there's any approvals through the state, it's just the township and the county for a shooting range.
Yeah, like I said, Keith, I think Jamie can give you some numbers and get an idea of what they paid back then.
Okay.
Yeah, we can definitely
yeah, we'll consider it,
consider it and
to
get
see
some of
how,
them that'll help the belly out down here.
That's our goal, is to promote Bennett's Valley. We want something in Bennett's Valley, inside this area, to promote Bennett's Valley, the Bennett's Branch, and this area, not to have it, you know, the Bennett's Valley Rod and Gun Club is in Clearfield County, in Penfield. They do a lot of stuff around here, don't get me wrong, but we want something inside of what's considered Bennett's Valley.
Did you say you were stocking fish soon
Memorial Day weekend, that Saturday's the plan.
from the sportsman club?
From,
the sportsman, yeah, this Bennett's Valley Sportsman.
Yeah.
yeah, through the Bennett's Valley Sportsman's Club.
How many creeks are getting stocked?
The Bennett's Branch, and I believe Meadix, part of Meadix.
I was gonna say, Cherry Run, I stocked that 30 years ago, they're doing well there in Brooks.
Kersey Run too, they talked about.
Yeah,
We talked about Fairly Run as well, yes.
Keith, do you know about the trails, the ATV riders that are gonna go through there?
Yeah, that's, to my understanding, that's proposed, it's not exactly for sure, is it?
I think
Or
it's pretty
That
sure.
trail comes through there to connect on to the piece of property behind it, which is
Rosebud.
Rosebud Mining or whoever the company is that has the.
Yeah, that would probably benefit us if anything.
Well, but as a
Not
shooting
a
range,
shooting range.
we might have do we have a map of that?
Well,
Because they have that, like, they have a right of way through Rosebud, so they have an idea where they.
before any of that gets done, I have to research the property lines and the embankments and the material in the embankments and roads and trails. There's a lot, there's more that's gonna go into designing a shooting range than there is the Sportsman's Club, but that's down the road. If it's even feasible on that site, we may have to do that somewhere else, we don't know.
Anything else?
We'll get back.
Get back to you.
Just we want to get back to, you want us to get a hold of you with anything we have, or?
Yeah, it can go to me.
Okay.
Personally, I'll handle that and then present it to our board.
Email, okay?
Yes.
How many members you have?
15, maybe? We just started last night.
16.
So, yeah, we'll probably have, some membership drives and things like that in the future, I'm sure.
Okay, we're good there. You guys can stay or leave, it's up to you.
No, you got it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
See ya.
Thank you.
See you later. Thanks, Bud.
Okay. Young lady?
Oh, I'm just here for you to sign my paper.
End of the meeting, okay.
It's for the county scholarship.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you if you don't attend the meeting, they'll throw it right out of the pile, so I'm doing you a favor.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Bob, you're up.
Okay. Last meeting, I asked about supervisor's red 11, and I got a couple negative comments, I never read. Well, I sent another letter. I don't know if there's any point in asking if you read it or not, did you read it?
The email, yeah.
Okay, and you read the attachment, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think of that? I mean, why didn't you just highlight this one section? Now, before I start talking about it, I want to point out that we successfully had a virtual meeting last month. And they're gonna have a virtual one today. So this is possible, this can be done in Jay Township. Now, this attachment to that was from the Office of Open Records, as it relates to COVID-19 and the Sunshine Act. And one of the sections reads, to the extent practicable, not possible, practicable, local government agencies must provide public participation directly through teleconferencing, video conferencing systems used to hold the meeting via email and/or via postal mail. Then it goes down and says, note, practicable is much longer word than practical. Merriam-Webster defines practicable as capable of being put into practice or of being done to accomplish feasible. In other words, unless it is actually impossible to do it, it must be done. Now, you were very dismissive when you opened this meeting, saying, I don't want to hear any more about the Sunshine Act. Well, that's baloney. That's not appropriate for somebody that's sitting on this board, and it's not going to get you any votes to come across like that.
Worry about that and maybe.
Well, I'm not worried about it, but I'm just telling you, if you want to sit up in that board, do your job. Right there's your job. Now, also,
I have a question. Is that only if you're not already open to the public, like we were?
is what?
That you have to provide electronic means if you're not open to the public. We were open to the public.
Well, there's also issues when you're open to the public, last meeting. And there was there's a publication out there, I don't know if you supervised ever got it, but it's put out by PSATs. It was published, the edition I found was in 2013, and the title is The Sunshine and Right to Know Laws Manual. And this event happened in 1998. And it says, due to the limited number of seats and a high public attendance, Lansdale Borough Council adjourned and rescheduled the monthly meeting before conducting any business. They didn't even do the meeting because there wasn't enough room for the people to do it. Then it goes on to read, the meeting was subsequently held in the same building, and excess members of the public were seated in the adjacent garage, right on here, equipped with a single speaker and chairs. To give remarks or pose questions, separated members of the public would leave the overflow facilities and enter the meeting room and use the microphone to address the council. So what they did there fits this very situation in Jay Township. Now, these people weren't satisfied with that, and they appealed this to the courts. And the courts ultimately ruled, yes, that worked, because you were afforded the right to hear the proceedings of the meeting, and if you wanted to speak, and there's also a thing in the Sunshine Law, if there's any perceived violation of the law, the public has a right to object. Now, my right to object, if there was anything that went on when I wasn't here, you deprived me of that by making me leave the meeting. So, I think this board, number one, and cases are going back up. I just read an article tonight, Pennsylvania is fifth in the nation for increasing cases. I think they're 38 per 100,000. So, we don't know where we're gonna be next month or next
But
summer.
thanks to all this noise you made, you just put more people in this
You know,
room than ever, Bob. This is your
This is
doing.
no joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke.
Then why do you sit there and make cracks?
I'm not making a joke.
No,
This is
yes,
what you
you
wanted,
are.
and this is what you got.
Yes, you are. But if you did this virtual, none of us would be sitting here. So you're a contributor. Don't blame it on me, you're doing your part.
Randy, how hard was it to do what you used to?
They had no trouble with it. I don't do that, but, Mr. Walkovich and the secretary set it up and it worked out fine.
Yeah, somebody who got to the age of 35 is probably real good at it.
You just have to don't look at me. So we're all gonna have to sit in my office
That's right.
with
Yeah.
a really.
Unless you have a big screen out here for a way.
They had
Well, you could sit back here, I mean, they did it in their meeting room up there.
Yeah,
They had called
But you
and,
aren't gonna learn how to do it until you start to try.
It's easy to do.
You have a desktop, don't you?
Yeah, I don't have a laptop.
I don't, other than, does anybody else object to the fact that we have open meetings? I mean, we're having open meetings. What-
No, yeah, you can do it now,
Okay.
but where are you gonna be next month?
But we did it when.
Where are you gonna be in June?
Right here.
You don't know what the distancing's gonna be.
I don't know,
No,
but
you
they're
don't.
already relaxing it, so I
But
don't
look,
know.
I mean,
Well,
I
and the
agree with
numbers
you,
are
Bob.
going up, so it may curtail it.
We're in
I agree
uncharted
with you,
territory,
but, you know,
thanks to COVID.
look how long the water company went with no meetings.
But that doesn't make it right.
No, it doesn't make it.
No, it
I'm
doesn't.
just saying,
But we don't know what the future's gonna be here.
that's right.
And I think it's incumbent on this board to plan for have a contingency plan that if you can't hold public meetings, or if it's undesirable to the public. Christine Gavazzi down here, she's afraid to come out. And I think it would be a benefit to everybody, both her and you both, to hear firsthand what she might have to say. Or anybody else in the
I
community.
agree with you on that.
Anybody else in the
She's,
community.
Will she Zoom, Bob?
Pardon me?
Will she Zoom?
I think she will, she's gonna, told me she's gonna Zoom the next water meeting.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't think a lot of the people in the valley.
Sure, let's check into it for the future.
Yeah, somebody's gonna set it up other than me, because I'm not.
It's still gonna be me. I don't know.
I mean, we have a Chromebook.
Yes.
So I'm suggesting, maybe you could ask Mr. Walkovich to help you set it up.
You're not gonna catch
Okay,
everybody.
okay, anything else?
Okay, I guess the only other thing I was gonna say is to set it up, we have a Chromebook at the house, you can buy one for $250, I think. It's a cheap computer, and you might have to buy a remote camera for it, and I looked at those, you could probably get one of those for $40 or $50. And you could set somebody out here who would be, what would you call it, the production superintendent. And, you know, he would set it up, you could connect it to your modem in there. I assume you have a Windstream modem with the built-in Wi-Fi, so you could do it over the Wi-Fi. Is that how they did it up there?
I don't, they have,
It's on
That's
yeah.
Bob.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah, okay, but all this is possible. It just takes the initiative to do it. And if you don't have the expertise amongst you three,
We don't.
you could go, well, that's no excuse for not doing it.
Facebook too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you can get high school kids, or I might be able to find somebody to do it.
there's one right there beside you.
Yeah, there you go.
They will guarantee you that scholarship.
Joey,
Right here.
how did you figure out how to get it?
How do we,
Did
how
you
do we
see this
mute
young
you?
lady's
It's just
response?
like
No,
FaceTime.
my question was, how do I mute you when you're talking excessively when we're
It's
trying to
just like
continue the meeting?
FaceTime.
Okay, well, you figure out what they got, and maybe you can help them.
I can hand if you want.
Oh, I can mute you, I'm the guy in charge.
Well, let me say one more thing. The public has a right to object at any point in these proceedings. Now, if somebody is out of order, yeah, you can mute it. But, and if they are not out of order, and at some point in the proceedings, they want to object, they have the right to do it. So you cannot indiscriminately just mute everybody.
Well, we're learning that.
And this young lady,
But after 3 minutes, by our own rules, we can.
this young lady in the affirmative said she has set up Zoom meetings. Do you hear that, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah,
I
She's
heard
done
that.
it.
okay.
I can tell by looking at it in her eyes.
Okay, we're gonna,
How much do you charge?
It's free.
That's the thing.
okay, we good there?
All right, so you're gonna check into that, right?
I know.
Okay. Julie?
Nothing.
Nancy?
Oh, I think I'm good.
Franny? Good now? Jim?
Hello.
Anything?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say anything, so good night.
Oh, okay. Keith? Good? Okay.
On to section 5 now.
I can flip back over here. Approval of the bills.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills in the amount of $65,569.49.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried to approve the bills of $65,569.49. Okay, treasurer's report.
General fund balance as of March 18th was $121,797.80. Balance as of April 15th was $70,400.72, $70,472.23. State fund balance as of March 18th was $260,394.78. Balance as of April 15th was $268,417.97. Pliget balance as of April 15th, $13,991. Capital reserve balance as of April 15th, $126,230. State fund CD balance as of April 15th was $40,574. General fund CD balance as of April 15th, $85,108. And the total deposits for the month were $14,243.92.
Can I say something before we move on to that page? We wanted to transfer that money from the purchase of the grader from the capital reserve account back into the general fund. You took that from the general fund?
Yeah, that was one of my questions on
That was a gas flow fund, right?
Yeah, so we,
Yeah.
I noticed that the general fund had dropped significantly, and then I looked and I didn't see, usually it lists
I
out the
didn't, yeah.
deposits, okay, so.
Question.
Yes.
In your deposits, FTC and janitorial supply court, what's that?
It's just a refund that we get
Oh, okay.
off some lawsuit or something.
I didn't understand what a regun was.
It's a misspelling, that should be an F. I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
Refund.
Any questions other than that on treasurer's report?
Geez, the next letter over from that, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to the correspondence.
Correspondence, Jay Township Water Authority meeting minutes, Jay Township Sewage meeting minutes, upcoming commissioners meeting minutes, Christine Gavazzi, copied on email the Water Authority, social distance at meetings, Bob Coppola emailed the supervisors, public meetings, COVID. Jim Huff emailed Facebook post to supervisors. The subjects on it were, is this harassment of my right to know, the stream crossing, who's harassing who? Out County Commissioners with a bill grant.
Okay, road maintenance and equipment maintenance, if you wanna look at the schedule there, if there's any questions. Okay, no questions on that, but we're gonna move on to old business. First is the flood issues, Kersey Run. Gary, you want to update on that? Nothing happening?
We got the matching money, the smaller grant awarded, but the fish and boat grant has been preliminarily approved, but needs to go through a meeting. They haven't had a quorum at the meeting.
So many
And then after it goes through a meeting with a quorum, they have to get 11 signatures. The issue is that work may not happen until 2022, so I have Eli Long checking on the Headwaters Grant to make sure that we can postpone that to 2022 in the event that the Fish Commission drags their feet. There's still not, people in Harrisburg are not going to their offices still, so they can't even sit down in meetings and have a quorum and get anything done. It's just gridlock. But we did get the preliminary approval through the grant, the people that review the grants. He said that's not 100% guaranteed, but it usually is 98%.
So more like that, maybe another year probably.
Well, yeah, we may get the final approval sometime this year, but we may not see the money till next year because of the backlog. So
Well, how do they open the state up when none of them people go to work?
they work from home on Zoom,
And they can't get signatures?
and they can't get signatures on DocuSign.
But you can go to Walmart, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good there, let's go. Next one, old business, combining water and storage boards. And I guess
They set up a
you got
workshop.
a workshop scheduled, right?
Yes,
Board
sewage
members.
and the water.
Where you holding it?
It is, we're having it here, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. In the township.
Yeah, the township, are you?
Are you gonna need the garage for that?
If we get enough people, we will. If not, we'll just have it in here, I imagine.
Right.
I mean, like,
I would have.
just so we could have the guys have the trucks out of here and nothing to get in a trip over,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well, it might be a
probably
good thing.
suggest that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be a
Because if you
good
get
thing.
all your board members to come already, you've got a pretty full room.
Might be a good idea.
So is that open to the public, or is that?
Any meeting where you have a quorum has to be open to the public, right, Bob?
You have the dates?
Yes, it does.
All right.
You have the dates?
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's the 22nd.
I got my preaching here some good.
Almost 11 years now.
Yeah, it's a hard road.
Next Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. The Caledonia Pike Bridge, actually, Guy and myself met with Keller down there. We had a meeting. Every 6 months, they do an inspection, and they, as far as now, it's all good till next inspection. Now, we're
6 months.
It hasn't got any worse, is what.
haven't got any worse where they wanna drop the weight limit, still at 11. Our next step, that name I gave you, Jeremy, that in Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
there's a directory back here, and I found it listed, and Jamie called it, in what, answering machine or
I have a voice.
a voicemail. So there is that company
okay,
down
you found it, okay.
in that directory.
And then the Harcon is the one you already talked to, right?
Is that one of the
There were
ones
two
that
of them
Brian
listed
gave me?
that- yeah, it's one of the
Because
ones
Brian was
Brian
supposed to call them, because he emailed me and asked
Okay,
for
good.
the numbers.
When I last met
Snooper
with
truck,
Brian,
our guy has a snooper truck.
Yeah,
when I last met with
Ones that
Brian,
hang over there. I got one.
yeah.
No, I said anybody know anybody has any.
I got a bucket truck, it only goes up and doesn't go over the side. Well, I could
That's the
lower
big
it.
one.
it's gotta go over the side with about,
Yeah.
with about 2 ton on it by the time we take the steel plates and stuff down there, that's the.
Yeah.
But we're working through, talking to one company already, they just needed to know some weights and some distances, and then when Brian was here to take the actual measurements, he,
What about
He did that.
GM Reynolds
He
up
was
there?
calling them, yeah.
Nothing?
Don't have nothing like that.
Yeah.
That kid said there was one in Pittsburgh and what, mechanics,
What are you looking for?
snooper
You
truck.
know,
something to put them underneath to do the work on the,
Call PennDOT and borrow theirs, that's what I did the last time. There you go.
they didn't offer that up. Well, we
We
can
never
ask.
asked, they only have like 1 or 2 of them in the state anymore.
Give it a try.
To inspect it or use it, Keith? Did you?
No,
Work
well, we went with the, I can't think of the name of the engineering firm that did the inspections, but they brought the truck in, they were in the area.
To do the inspection?
Yeah, the state didn't do the inspection because you can't, they're afraid you will hold their feet to the fire. So the engineers did the inspection.
But that was just for an inspection.
Well, they looked at.
Yeah, but I mean, this is to actually, to do the work on it, we need.
Oh, no.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. PennDOT wouldn't do it.
We got it, Rick, when we did all the curbing on the sides, when we fixed all the curbing that time. Cause you couldn't even walk down the side of it, you fall through.
You just got to look underneath to see
Yeah.
what you had to do and.
Yeah, that was what like I said, I know them guys when I see them, but I can't remember.
I think PennDOT for us, actually to use it and work, I don't think.
I don't think it was Keller.
There's something
There you go.
about that grant.
Who's doing it now?
Keller showed up with ladders, they didn't even have a
Yeah.
truck.
Who's doing it now?
Keller engineers. were-
It wasn't Keller.
Yeah, we told that was Mark Hosky.
I thought it was.
About the grant, that 100,000 grant, they were supposed to vote on it March 23rd, but it's postponed because of COVID, and it's around May 25th that
Oh, yeah.
when we're gonna find out.
That was supposed to be awarded in December, they
Yeah.
moved that every month since December.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the latest on that. Okay, let's move on, DCNR and Caledonia Pike Road, that's still a standstill.
Still sitting in Harrisburg.
Our attorney took care of it, but it's on the other end of it, so,
That'll be here next month.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next we've got ordinance update.
Got anything?
Sure, there are 8 properties right now in question. 2 are going to the magistrate. 2 have been resolved, which I was real happy about. And there's 4 that are still in process. So, that's all I have about that.
Two resolved is great.
Keep moving forward on it and
Mhm.
everything works
Can I
out.
ask, and I'm not gonna, the one with the trash where the neighbor said they moved it and just hid it, is that one unresolved? Or did that one get resolved?
That one is not resolved, that one is in process, because I have to go back up.
Yeah, I know they moved it from plain sight, but then the neighbor called back and said that they think it's under the back porch now. So
Yeah, I'm going back up.
took
for
the time to
another
move it
visit.
all, but they didn't take time to get rid of it, okay.
But I looked at your thing you turned in, that is good, how you have everything documented.
Yeah,
Where you're at, properties, and, so that's good, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, loader for the tires, that's for our case loader, we've been getting some prices, we had Good Tire, we had Valley, and the Valley rep, Jeff Little, I think he was here the other day when I was here and looked at it. The only difference I can see on those D-Stone Valley has, it's the same company, but it's the same size tire, but it's a different one, 318 and 330. And I can't, but the difference in the bid, in one bid, there's, what was it?
One bid has,
Disposal.
disposal of tires for $300.
$300.
The
The
higher
other one
bid.
didn't, so.
The other one's not disposing of the tires from the looks of it unless we're gonna pay additional.
Yeah. That's, I think,
And,
good.
there was an hourly rate difference.
Yeah.
That's probably just the difference in travel time and whatnot, so.
Like I said, it's both Valley, so I'm gonna question on that before we make a decision.
Yeah, I mean, they're not, there's no hurry for it.
No.
We just wanna get them on there this summer before we blow one out.
How,
Do you
I
want to
have
make
a
it
question.
Where else is there? I mean, there's not, there's Good and Valley are the two nearest that we can find. What do you suggest for a loader? I mean,
I'm a local guy.
oh, yourself? I mean, you gotta come and install them, that's the price to come here and install them, you know?
Well, you can
Install them in my shop.
Yeah, be done.
You wanna give,
Tubeless.
like I said, we're tabling, if you wanna give us a bid.
Inside.
After the meeting, if it's still light, you can write them down. Well, it should be right on here, with the size A code, what is it, 17.5-25?
Yeah, they're 16 ply.
16 ply.
Yeah, 17.5 by 25.
And what's the number that they, I mean, I know the numbers are a little off.
Two different numbers.
One says D313, one says D318. I think it might get tight.
You're gonna go to the ply, is that what you want, 16 ply?
That's what it is, 16
Yeah, that's-
ply. They're both quoted as 16 ply in that size.
We want, you know, same mounted, disposed, seal, and if it needs valve replacement,
Yeah.
whatever, I mean.
How much tread's left on the tires that are on the machine? 1/4 inch tread?
Less than that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if they're sell, if somebody can use them for whatever.
Yeah, I mean, for that matter, if, you know, the disposal is only on the one of them, we may keep one or two of the
spare.
best ones
Yeah.
for spares, but, the
You
front
didn't,
ones are about shot, the
you
back.
didn't look into capping,
No.
They can be recapped.
they can be recapped.
Tractor doesn't move that fast.
Yeah, you wanna go ahead and put, like I said, we're tabling it for now, so.
I'm just saying, I mean, they can be capped.
Yeah.
The only issue with capping them is the loader's gonna sit on stands till the tires come back, which takes about 2 weeks,
No.
you know, but,
Who does them?
the capping,
Yeah, where do they?
Catania.
You deal through them?
Yes.
I think the one has a bulge in the sidewall too.
Yeah, I mean, they would tell you if it was good or bad, I never knew.
I have one with half tread on it that would fit that tractor. And it holds air too, with no bulges.
Okay, we're good, like I said, it's tabled for now, you wanna put something together and send it down and look at it and see what, you know. But if you can too.
You guys probably, you might not have it anymore, you used to have the stands out here for changing them.
I don't know if we have it anymore or not.
Okay, we're good with that?
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna go to new business, subdivisions. This is from Pamela Moore, reference to the Azado property.
There's a map there.
Yeah.
Jeff and Joy are selling a piece to Jimmy and Barbie.
Actually, right over here.
Right behind their house, actually, a piece of,
First.
we're just selling that piece off, the main piece.
This is over the station, I think.
Right over here.
Oh, right.
Yeah. There's a piece that runs right behind Barbie and Jimmy Bennett's house, and they're just buying it off
It's
of us.
just a plot of land that, this kind of just.
Yeah.
They're gonna say, I was looking for the measurements, yeah, 75 by 105 runs up behind the house.
So what do they need to?
They didn't know who owned it. It goes right up to our school.
There's something I need.
So it's ours or something like that.
Oh, so
I never knew they had a street.
Well, because
Yeah,
it was
it was
part of this
basically
property, so they're
like-
breaking it off of this
Oh,
property
yeah.
as far as for tax purposes and selling it.
And this
So
is
that's why it's
going-
subdivided, but they're just making a straight line up through it.
Where's the paper?
You can drive it. So. But they already went to the county, right? Yeah, it's already signed it. Yeah. Any recommendations?
No, she was happy with it.
This other one is J Township.
You wanna do them one at a time?
Oh, go ahead.
I'll make a motion to approve this one.
I'll second.
All those in favor to do the Zata one?
Aye.
Aye, motion carried. Approved for that. Our other one is here is, so Debbie Leonard and Burndale Homes. And it's actually between young Paul Leonard's place, there's a lot, and borders the township property of the Sportsman. It was actually called a street there, John, at one time.
That one go through the county as well?
Yeah, the way Debbie explained it to me, it's just been an unclaimed lot that they've been taking care of.
I'm gonna say, it's
But
mowed and maintained, they've always been.
Yeah, that's,
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried to approve the Leonard subdivision. Yeah.
I'll go sign that.
Yes. Okay, the last thing on new business is the county liquid fuel grant for $7,000.
You went right from A to D, but
Yeah, we
you
can
skipped
do
E
all.
and C.
We're on board.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Summer employees.
Were we looking to hire two again this year?
Yeah.
There's no grant money
No.
because the state sidelined the program due to COVID. So just two kids to mow grass instead of an office worker, is that what we're thinking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Use the Marcel's money.
We'll pay
Using
them.
that.
We're gonna pay them. What I'm saying is last year we had 3 kids, 1 inside, 2 outside, and 2 of them were paid for by the state. But they put that program on hold.
Not working
So-
right now.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, we get two, use them, like I said, for the,
Are you looking like, what are you thinking for a week, like 40 hours or 32, or what do you wanna do with it?
like I said, they're gonna be limited to what they can do.
I know the 2 guys we had last year spoiled us, I mean, they
Oh,
worked like
yes.
dogs, but prior to last year, a lot of them don't like to work on Fridays anyway, and being that it's all coming out of the township's accounts, we may
I
just
think
go
we
do like
do,
4 days a
you know,
week.
if we can get them set as needed, I mean, let Selinsky decide, you
Do
know,
35 hours or
Yeah, I mean,
do 4 days a week,
32,
32.
I'd say 32 at the max.
Or they have to be in here at the start of the day, otherwise the guys are waiting around for them to come in and tell them what to go do, you know what I mean,
Right.
so.
Well, like I said, if it's a rain out day, they don't have to be
Yeah,
here.
32 would be a good number.
That's, yeah.
So, I mean, you get a rainy day and they take a Tuesday off, they can come in on Friday and mow a park or whatever, but, you know, I think that'll work
Can I get a
better.
motion to advertise for it, please?
Need a motion to
I make
advertise.
a motion to advertise.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, now, assessment permit.
There's 3 of them.
Okay, first one is 10 and Cora Klein, 102 Red Oak Road, Weedville. It's proposed building, putting, no size on it, contract with HESI Construction. A sunroom with a hot tub, the size 22.5 feet by 16, sunroom closed insulated attached to the house. There's no water service provided, no wastewater. This Red Oak is Red Oak.
The Crowder Railroad Station, isn't the one that turns to the left over the tracks? No?
No, that's Huckleberry.
Where is Red Oak?
That might be a private road.
This,
Sounds like it's.
this ain't off us, up at Swiftwater.
Oh, that's
is it?
Redwood.
That's Redwood.
Redwood, yeah.
Is there Klein's up on the hilltop by Swiftwater back in there?
Oh, that the new,
Trees, fruits.
the people that cleared the trees?
There's no red oak on our.
Yeah, that's, maybe it's, off
I know it's not one of
Josephine.
ours, probably a private.
Yeah, it's private, it's
Main
not
road.
within, water or anything, yeah.
There's a map on the back of that.
Yeah, but it just shows.
On the bottom, back of that sheet, there's a map.
Oh, Red Oak. You know where that is?
Where is it?
Off Old Burndale. That's
Oh.
back, I think that's Okonash Lodge.
Oh, okay.
That's the same.
That is private
Well,
road.
it's all
Yeah,
up there,
that's private.
confident.
I have a question.
That's what.
Once you approve
You're welcome.
these, do you send these to the building inspector?
Yes,
So he knows that this is
There's
an
an
issue?
assessment office.
right.
Goes to the assessment office.
No,
But then you
not
notify the new
work,
building
yeah,
stuff to Zach.
Newport's does the building inspection.
No, that's, Debbie always just said to mail them to the assessment office,
Oh, yeah, you need to be notifying Zach of these.
because I know,
How does he inspect them?
Yeah.
I give them the paperwork.
Like this, you're saying?
No, when the people come, I give them the other stuff to get a hold of Zach. That's
I know
never,
when I did mine, I had to contact Newport's for Zach,
Zach Hall.
Right.
and they set up a, but if I.
Yeah,
didn't
usually
do
I
that-
would suggest that you,
Yeah,
I thought you
I
did
never
notify
did.
him, that way he.
If you didn't send papers, how would anybody?
Yeah, how do you know?
Yeah, you just send a copy of this with the contact
Talk one at a time, so I understand this.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
What?
Talk one at a time, so I can, there's.
She gives them,
Okay,
you
stop
give
that.
them a separate paper to fill out for Zach.
yeah, that's all that I.
But if they don't fill that out, how would you ever write?
So Zach, okay.
Yeah, just
Never.
send him a copy of these once
Okay.
he signs, and
Okay.
email them to him, and he can follow up with them for sure. Yeah, if somebody chooses not to contact, there's no way to know.
Well, unfortunately, I live around 250 pounds,
Okay.
You don't wanna get caught, I mean, they made that guy up in Meadix Lodges open his walls back up to inspect his electrical, he had drywall up already, so you don't wanna get caught not doing it, you know?
Okay. Okay, our next one is, excuse me, Robert Trayer. Address 28 Middle Avenue, Jonestown, Pennsylvania. Contract with Carolina Carports out of North Carolina. The address is 3545 River Road. It's a carport, 36 by 18, foundation stone, no basement. Type of construction, steel. It's, oh, now it,
That's right across from the Caledonia Road, there's a stump tore out, he wants to put a garage up there.
is that weird?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He contacted the water company, he wants to run a tap down into it.
Okay, it's a car, it's probably gonna be something like they sell, where there's carport made out of steel, 36 by 18, carport is described. There's no building present at the site. Okay, no water service provided, no wastewater service provided.
Oh, it's down from the Caledonia Road on the left-hand side. You'll see that, it's graded off with a stump hole, that's how far he's got it.
Off the Caledonia Pike Road.
No, it's right on 555.
It's on River
You go
Road.
past, yep, you go past Caledonia Road it's on the left-hand side. It's,
Is it
We're
down
next
past?
door to the old building, bar building down there, Fox's, is that what you're talking about, that lot?
No, it'd be down towards Jeff Youngmark's
yeah, right before Jeff's,
and be
Oh.
by between Burke's and,
Oh, okay, I know,
Okay.
yeah, okay, I know exactly, I
Is that
can see
they
where
had
they
signs
excavated
that
that and
Gator
flattened
World
it
or
off.
something at
Okay.
one time maybe? Okay, I know where you're at.
I don't know if it was signed, it says Gator World.
By,
There was one in the field right in that area one time.
Stan Burke's house there.
Yeah.
Right beside Stan Burke's, yeah. I
Why,
did see they excavated off and put some gravel on or something, so.
I just have a question, Jim, you said they applied for water to get a tap?
They asked where the water line was, because that water line runs back in the woods.
Okay, but it
They
says
asked-
no water, no sewage?
Yeah, that's what it says on there. But
Well, they inquired about it.
Yeah, that's all I needed to know.
Yeah, they inquired about it.
Do they inquire about a tap, or do they just inquire about it so they weren't putting the building on top of it?
They inquired where the water line was.
Okay.
That's why.
That's.
Yeah, so they weren't gonna, put it on top.
Okay, our next one is James Carlson, 94 Grant Street, Burndale. Contractors, Caliber Contractors, St. Mary's. A residential foundation, the building size is 14 by 14, concrete foundation, no basement. Type conventional wood frame. A small two-story addition on the house, no water or sewage in the addition. Residential home is 28 by 49, no water service will be provided, no wastewater generated from this structure. This is off the grant. Actually, it looks like the addition right behind his house. That's
No,
the
it's
garage.
supposed to be on top, that was my
On the
drawing.
back here, okay.
It's attached to the house. So
Yeah,
it already
it's like
has,
it's a
it already has
two-story,
water and sewer,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
What house is that?
I don't know.
That's Carlson, they used to sell the satellites up there in Grant.
94 Grant.
94 Grant.
Is that, I don't know, is that the top of the street? Is he the one who lives above the street? Because he owns multiple buildings there.
If you come up Madison, you almost run into it, I think, don't you? Pretty close.
Well, he's on Granite, that runs
He's
all
on
the way
Grant,
across
I
the
mean,
top.
he's in between Kennedy and
Yeah, it
Madison.
must be the house. That's straight up there, yeah. And it's on the back of the house. Okay.
Alright.
That's it?
Motion, 3 of them.
Can I ask a question real quick about something off the wall
We
here?
have to vote on these.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it not, is it not these?
Oh, when you said that's it, I thought,
No,
it
no.
was over.
So we know motion to approve the assessment.
Go ahead.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried to approve the 3 assessment permits. Okay, go ahead, Nancy, you said.
I just have a question. I see there's a tiny house down in, Caledonia. Did they come here for any kind of permits or anything?
Is it on wheels?
Well, I didn't notice if that was wheels or if it was enclosed or what, but I just wondered what the township's ordinance were about those.
I'm not, I don't
The
even.
township.
Where is it at in Caledonia?
It's, going out of town on the right.
Out of town, right?
Which one is that?
Yeah, it's, wood clad,
Past house?
so I don't know who anybody is.
Is it- Where Harry Gray's old garage is,
We
does.
don't know anybody.
Oh, you don't know.
I don't know anybody down there.
If it's on wheels, like if you're talking, I haven't seen it. A
Yeah,
tiny
this is all I
house.
wanna know.
If it's on wheels, but it's treated like a camper, okay?
Okay,
Um,
and so you could run water and electric to it?
And then you have to,
yeah, I mean, that's, people have done it, and we've inquired with the county about it before, and if it sits there for so long, then the county intervenes and taxes them.
Yeah, cause I thought you couldn't tax them if it's on wheels.
Right, but if they tie it into permanent, like sewer and water and stuff like that, then the county has their own process for how they tax things, because they do
Yeah,
have people
okay.
living in.
Yeah, I just
Stuff like
wanted
that.
that info.
But if it's just pulled in there and it's gonna move,
No,
it
it
looks like it's gonna stay, whatever.
looks like it
And it
is.
we may have a permit, I don't know exactly
Yeah,
where it's at, so we can check the
Yeah,
permit.
my concern is not with them, my concern was with tiny
If you
house.
start seeing them,
Tiny.
they should get a permit if they're
Well,
gonna put them in.
you know, I might
even
be
if they
getting
put them
one,
on
so
pillars.
I would
is
just
it
need.
set by other places or by itself?
Yeah, there's a couple, well, not real close, but yeah,
On the right side?
Yeah,
down?
going down.
Okay.
That's just, that's probably.
On the outside of
in Gray's
Caledonia,
area
that's
there,
where
and I know
the
their
line
property kind of
ends.
broke up
It's
behind
done.
them
They
down
get the
there.
same
Oh, they
house.
can't be
I
done.
I haven't noticed it.
I haven't.
Oh, past Caledonia Road?
Yeah, it goes past Caledonia Road.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how much farther their house there it is.
Who's the last house on the left, Rick?
It's out of what you would call town, let's say that.
No, outside of Caledonia.
It's kinda down there where Craig used to
Yeah.
live on the hill, but
Yeah,
it's
okay.
on the other side of the road.
Oh, so it's kind of down in.
A little bit.
It's past Craig's.
I think it's past where Craig used to live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Get your reference points here.
Yeah,
Yeah, the landmarks.
I did know where he used to live.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I haven't been down that far.
I'm just curious.
Keep your eye out like that, that's good.
Well, you know,
I'll take a look now that you mentioned it, but I didn't even notice
Well,
it.
Nancy wants a tiny.
I want a tiny house, so I have to find out
What
the
the
laws.
process is.
Are you gonna move it around?
No. No.
Okay,
they're called, tiny houses.
Yeah.
okay, anything else before we adjourn?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got the county liquid fuel.
Oh, yeah, geez.
Sorry.
We go off the subject.
Rick has a bad cold, go off, but,
You're too close, you're spreading.
that's what it is.
County liquid fuel grant for $7,000.
We have to apply it to something like we do every year. I'll make the motion to apply it to Tuscaloosa like we do every year.
I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. Motion carried to apply for the $7,000 liquid fuel.
Now you can.
Now, anything else before we get adjourned? The motion adjourned.
Motion